Hey everybody, it's good to be back. Neon Wrangler here. Hope you all had a good Halloween. We did. We went to a party. It was a lot of fun. There was costume contests and games and all that. I didn't participate in any of that. I just sat there and watched. I went as Neon Wrangler and just enjoyed myself. I think the guy that won the costume contest had a Emperor Palpatine mask and was carrying around a baby Yoda, which was really cute. So that was pretty cool. And is there anything else that was good about it? Oh, they had lots of free like goodies and stuff, and it was fun. It was a fun contest. I might have some videos to post of it later. There's some funny as hell things that happened. But anyway, enough of that. Okay, we're going to talk about Dune, and I'm going to review the new movie. And you've seen a lot of reviews already and all that. But to be honest with all of you, as you know, my opinion on it is the only one that really counts. So thank you for being here. First of all, I'm going to say what I liked about it. Okay. I was going to say I was going to try to do something a little different with this review, but I'm just going to tell you what I liked and what I didn't like. Okay, what I liked as a fan of the book Dune and the movie, I even like the old David Lynch movie. After the extended version, the version I saw in the theaters, I didn't like the old David Lynch one. But anyway, the new Dune movie came out. What I liked is it was accurate to the book pretty much. It had some interesting scenes in it that I enjoyed. It was basically the first half of the book, which was fine with me. I love long movies, and I will be anxious to complete the review when the second part comes out. I like the tech in it. I like some of the design. I those are some of the positives of it. You know, as a Dune fan, I could say this as a Dune fan. I enjoyed it. I'd give it a C plus, B minus. I didn't, hey, it was worth my time. I'll say that. Now, the things I didn't like. Okay, there was a lot of stuff I did not like about it. We'll start with some of the characters and the casting. I thought the casting was terrible. I thought the guy that played Paul Atreides was weak and had no screen presence. His mother didn't either, compared to the David Lynch movies where we had Kyle MacLachlan his mother, and she looked gorgeous. I mean, red hair and powerful, and he had his father, and in the David Lynch movie we had Captain Picard carrying around a pug dog in some cases, and so you recognize Patrick Stewart. They had Dean Stockwell, who, if you don't know the name, you know the face. A lot of people, Brad Dourif, who again, if you don't know the name, you know the face. All of these were from the old David Lynch ones. Very recognizable, different looking people. In the new Dune, everybody kind of looked the same. Everybody had this. All the guys had the same beard. Okay, they all had the same. Basically, wore the same colors. Everybody, and there were a few that didn't have beards, but everybody was kind of this drab color. And so even Josh Brolin, who played Thanos, he didn't look like Josh Brolin. The guy, I think, it's David Bautista, who played Drax in that Guardians of the Galaxy. His only role so far was just stomping around and yelling at people, but at least you could tell him he's kind of distinct looking. Jason Momoa was in it, and guess what? Jason Momoa played Jason Momoa again, just like he does in everything. Okay, so we haven't, I'd like to see Jason Momoa act one day, and if that offends you, I'm sorry. Seems like a really cool guy, but he always just plays Jason Momoa. All right, I don't even think he realizes he's in a movie. I think they just, he just kind of wanders around Hollywood, and he'll wander into a set, and they'll hand him a prop, and he'll just start, doing his thing, and probably doesn't even occur to him that he's a Hollywood star. It's just he just that's him. That's what he does. He was like this homeless bum that wandered into sets, and they started casting him. And he probably still hasn't cashed any of his checks yet. Doesn't know how to do that. I mean, I'm sure he knows how to do it. He probably doesn't realize they're for him for being Jason Momoa. But I do like Jason Momoa, but I'm just getting a little tired of him seeing him play himself. If that offends you, please hit the like button and subscribe. Next, what else did we have in there? There was one other famous dude. I think I got them all. Josh Brolin, Jason Momoa, and David Batista. was in it. I mean, so then three. And so they get out in the, you know how the story goes. If you haven't seen it, or if you have, spoiler warning. The good guys come and take over this planet. Not really take over. They move into this planet where the bad guys live. The bad guys had to leave, according to the Emperor. Good guys come. It's a trap. They attack the bad guys, and the Emperor attack the good guys, and the good guys have to run out into the desert. So they're out in the desert, and they meet the desert people, and that girl Zayinda is in it, and I remember her from Spider-Man, but I barely recognized her in this movie. Again, the colors are all washed out, and I heard my bell ring. So anyway, that's what I didn't like about it. The other thing, I mean, as far as the casting goes, okay, the set designs and stuff. I mean, the mech designs I did like, but and the sandworms were pretty cool. I mentioned that. And I'm talking about stuff I didn't like. I did not like the pacing. Okay, the pacing was there was something wrong with it, and I can't figure it out. It was either too slow or too quick. Okay, at different times, they would have long, slow scenes, and then they'd have really quick scenes, and the pacing felt weird. It felt odd, and it was hard to keep me my suspension of disbelief and my vicariously being in the movie, as we all do when we watch a movie. It was hard to keep that up. Now, if I was a non-Dune fan and I hadn't read Dune or anything like that, and I watched this movie, I may or may not like it. I've read a lot of people that haven't read the books thought it was boring as hell, and I can understand that criticism because it did move pretty slow, and the longer the movie went on, the slower it got. And that was well, for those of us that know there's a whole second movie coming, second part of the story, no big deal. But if you didn't know this, you're gonna be. And I even saw people saying it. Hey, they like, what happened? There's no ending, And it's like, okay. So that was uh, some of the things I didn't like about it, and as far as you're concerned, you can use my opinion because you will be using my opinion to talk to your friends and stuff about it. And so we'll see what happens next. And I'd heard the director, had made statements like, well, I don't care if people like it and that kind of thing. I don't know if he said that. You don't put that much investment in something to say if people, to get people to hate it. If he wanted to do that, he could have done it with puppets or something like that, something just silly, and or Dune the musical and have a really bad rock opera, that would have been funny. That gives me an idea. Maybe I'll write that Dune the musical. Okay. Next, so some of you are sitting there thinking, okay, what would have solved all of this? You know what would have been the best is Jodorowsky's Dune, or however you say it, Jodorowsky's Dune. You can look it up, okay? There's a guy named Jodorowsky. He worked with Mobius, the artist, and they had made these wonderful designs for a Dune movie, and everybody goes crazy over them because they're like anthropomorphized and somewhat like from the movie Alien and stuff like that. And everybody talks about how great this movie their version of Dune would have been, and it's never going to get made, but it's easy to say how good something would have been if it never happened. But it's Dune's quite the undertaking, and so anyway, this is my opinion on it. And I want to hear your thoughts, and I want to hear your thoughts on the movie, and I want to hear your thoughts on if you agree with me or disagree. Like and subscribe. It's easy. Make comments. You'll love it. I'll love it. Anyway, I was going to say something from Dune, like some kind of salute, but I don't. They had a lot of weird words like Quetzal's Haderach and Muad'Dib and all these things. So there you go. Oh yes, yes. The Dune. Okay, here's my greeting. Never mind. Bless Neon Wrangler and his water. Bless the coming and going of him.